my business took me to 5 states, 7 states, and a couple of provinces, and one evening at the Multnomah Hotel, the old Multnomah in Portland, Oregon, I had dinner with a chap from Los Angeles, a businessman, and we talked about spiritual things. He recognized the importance of them, but he had no knowledge of them. And I said, when we're finished eating, let's go up and we'll read you the scriptures. So we went up to my room, and as we'd often done before in other cities, other people, we started going through the scriptures, but the King James struck this fellow as amusing. And he got red in the face. I didn't know what it meant at first. He got red in the face, and pretty soon he just exploded with laughter, so he sort of fell off his chair. He said, "That's the funniest thing I've listened to in years." And, of course, the atmosphere was ruined. There was no chance to talk about spiritual things anymore, or to talk about the way of salvation. And that left me uptight for quite a long time, I can tell you. I was very much frustrated, upset, and I said, what can we do to get the Bible story across to all these people? There's so many that need it so badly. I happened to be asking some questions of the pastor in the churchyard one day, and I poured out my feelings about our great need, and I said, we've translated the Bible into hundreds or a couple thousand tongues, and when we run out of tongues to translate it into, someday we're going to translate it into English. My opinion wasn't changed of the desperate need for all the good scholars that believed that the Bible was true and that it was God's Word, that they needed to get together and come up with a Bible that we could now have with the new manuscripts and so on. And so, but I did not attend the national meeting of our denomination, nor have anything much to do with the rest of them, except that a couple of the committee members that were studying it, maybe 3 of them, talked to me and said, "Do you realize how much money this would cost?" And I said, "Oh, several $1 million." And they said, "Where are you going to get that kind of money?" I said, "Look, money is not the problem. That's nothing. How many churches have we built in the last couple of years that cost $250,000 apiece? Do we need to put up a lot more steeples and buy a lot more $100,000 pipe organs, or do we need the Bible in the language of the common people?" Because we've got people all over, everywhere I go, Canada or the U.S. or anywhere. There are people that would like to read the Bible to their children at night, and they don't have something that children can grasp. The NIV has at least multiplied by a factor of 10 my capacity to reach the people that I come in contact with. There's an interesting thing when people sometimes say to me, "But it isn't a perfect translation." I say, no, information theory says there's no such thing as perfect transmission when you try to communicate. However, what they overlook, information theory also points out that you overcome by using redundancy. There is not a single point in the Bible that's of importance, and there are many such. There isn't a single point that isn't covered several times. So when I read or have people read the NIV and I hardly stop at any hotel but what I find somebody that expresses a great desire for a Bible that they can understand and read with pleasure. And I get letters from people from Norway and England and all over that have taken I carry boxes of books with me, maybe sometimes several dozen, to try to meet their needs. I say to them, don't worry. If there's a passage you don't understand, there's another place where it's a lot clearer. And the NIV has been a godsend. It has been a lifesaver in trying to deal with people who have had little or no contact with the Bible, and there are lots of them, and you find them almost every day, and they're just delighted if somebody gives them an NIV, and I love to do it. It's great. It's just it's something they can understand, and they grow and grow and grow because they read it every day, and they didn't with the older versions. That's the book, and there's no other book like it in the history of the world, and now we have it in English in an understandable translation, thank God.